So my big ask from you is before every speaker, a speaker has selected a song, and that's your cue to get up and get moving. But welcome. Oh, let's just take a breath. Welcome. Can you feel it? It feels so electric in here. I know. And it's not just because we're in a beautiful location and we have an incredible agenda, but it's because of all of you. And I want you to understand that the energy that you bring today is going to define the experience that we have. So here are some overarching themes. The first one is you matter. You. This is why we selected the name Obesity Matters. Your voice, your story, your courage to speak your truth matters to us. And love heals. In fact, we believe love heals so much that we're going to have a whole session on that. So I'm going to invite you to put down any heavy bags you have of shame, blame. If you have an inner critic, ask them to wait at the door for you. Just pick them up on the way out. And lastly, energy is contagious, right? Have you ever been in a room and someone walks in and the whole energy goes thump? Has anybody ever been in that room? Yeah, right? And have you ever walked into a room or somebody walks into the room and oh my God, their energy is electric and everyone rises up to meet them? Have you met those people? There's somebody sitting in front of me. Dr. Sean Wharton has that effect. Everywhere he goes, he lifts the energy. And today I'm asking you to do that, to be that person. So there's 3 things that is going to make this an incredible conference for you. First of all, be open. So open your mind to new perspectives, open your heart to new connections, open yourself to being stretched and challenged. And next, I'm going to ask everyone to be really generous. So be generous with your attention, be generous with your questions, be generous with your wisdom. The more wisdom you offer, the more other people can take away from it. And finally, be intentional. I want you to look at each session and think of one pearl. One thing that you can incorporate into your life, one thing that you can take back to your family and friends. Because at the end of the day, the greatest gift we can give our loved ones is being happy and fulfilled and being healthy. So take those things back with you. So together, we're going to do this, right? We're going to put science, love, enthusiasm, and we're going to have this amazing day. The one thing that I can promise you is we're going to have fun. Everybody who created Obesity Matters, so Priti, who is our founder, Andrew is our director, all of us have lived experience, and this was so incredibly important for us. We have walked in your shoes. We understand what it's like to navigate a world that sometimes isn't made for us, where sometimes the doors aren't open for us. And so Priti and I and the whole team wanted to make sure that every event we have, we're rolling out the red carpet for you. We want you to feel special and seen and heard and accepted. This is a judgment-free zone. Our only job is to hold so much reverence for who you are today, and all of our words and all of our actions, they're going to be guided by love. So now I'm going to let Andrew take the mic.
Thank you so much, Sandra, and thank you so much to everyone for picking us today, for picking you, coming in during a spring of rather unpredictable weather. And for those of you that came in sort of between 8 and 10, thank you for choosing us over your garden or other places and spaces in your life, because it's really beautiful out there. I know we didn't hear the whole song, This Is Me, but I'm sure many folks do know the song by Kiala Settle from The Greatest Showman. And it's a fabulous little video. If you haven't heard the song or seen the song performed either from the movie or in rehearsal, the copy that we shared with you this morning, those words really, really resonate for me. I am not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, because we don't want your broken parts. I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars, run away. No one will ever love you as you are. Look out, because here I come. Look out, because here I come, and I'm marching on the beat of my drum. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me. And that's our day. That's what our day, thank you. That's what our day is going to be. As Sandra said, we're parking our shame, our judgment, our sadness. All of that stuff gets parked at the door because here in this room, everyone accepts you just as you are. And this is a safe psychological space for you to be in. And we welcome you to the space. I want to take a quick minute and just tell you a little bit about myself, why I'm here. Not just some guy they pulled off the street at the Old Mill subway station. As Sandra mentioned, I am on the advisory board of the Obesity Matters team. I have struggled with my weight, with my body image throughout my entire life. My nickname in elementary school was Piggy Wiggy. And I got that name because I would use food as a means of trying to gain social acceptance. And then from my early childhood experiences, which I won't go into because we want to keep the energy high in the room at the beginning, I really struggled with how to gain social acceptance and friend groups, and so I used food for that purpose. I really, really encourage you to stay in touch, to stay grounded in your story, to share your story as you're comfortable with people in the room that are rooted, as Sandra said, in love. So I also have the responsibility for housekeeping. So I have to scroll to my housekeeping items. Washrooms are about 2 time zones away down the hall. If you go out these doors or those doors and to the right, I think they're just down at the end of the hall. I had to go to do my hair, so hopefully it works for the camera. So just down end of the hall on the left. We'll be taking lots of refreshment breaks, but it's the adult model, so please feel free to help yourself to tea and coffee, fruit, and carbohydrates. We'll have a lovely lunch together, we'll break bread, and we'll enjoy the wonderful sense of community that Obesity Matters always offers. The Wi-Fi password is the Old Mill, and very, very difficult to remember. The password is Obesity Matters. So if you know where you are, then you know the password for the Wi-Fi. Preeti, is there any other housekeeping that we should do? No?
Well,
Okay.
we have to get up and dance for
We have to
every
dance.
speaker.
Yes,
That's
absolutely.
how you show your love and appreciation today is you move your body, and if you need any help, I'll come on over and I'll teach you a 2-step. Just raise your hand.
Absolutely. I just want to also take a moment just to acknowledge that we are on the traditional territory of the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, and the Haudenosaunee and Wendat peoples. So we want to, as a settler on this land, I offer my thanks as a guest that we are in this space, in a space of healing, truth, and reconciliation. So I'll just take a quick moment to acknowledge and for our guests online. We do have a number of participants too that are online and joining us from across Canada and likely abroad even further. So we'll just take a moment to acknowledge those that are here in Toronto on those traditional territories of Indigenous peoples going back countless generations, and also those online that may be further afield, but still in community with us here today.